unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxingego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Terence Crawford gears up for the Errol Spence much anticipated fight. He's getting some work in with Shakur Stevenson and the mongoose Willie Monroe. That's what I want to talk about in this video. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. Shakur Stevenson posted, it looks like an old Western, you know, little spaghetti Western, all three dudes. Looks like they got some work in. You see some sweat, the glistening skin, pause. And Shakur Stevenson says, helping my brother get right for the big moment, obviously the Errol Spence fight. Make sure you weirdos stay on that side. We don't want y'all jumping ship now. See y'all soon, and remember everything y'all said. End quote. Now, for starters, I'm going to say this. I think it's great that Terence Crawford is getting work in with a young, promising talent like Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson been kicking butts and taking names out of Newark, New Jersey, silver medalist, Olympian, and he seems to be only getting better as his pro career advances. I remember when he first started, wasn't necessarily getting the knockouts, and then people complained and said, oh, but Shakur, I'm not sure about his power and things like that, and he's been working on those things, at least getting TKOs and some form of a knockout, right? Willie Monroe, as far as, you know, I'm sure it's just good work, but I think he's been kind of MIA. I haven't really seen or heard too much from him. I know he was supposed to fight Jermall Charlo years ago, and he failed some kind of PED test. Fight got canceled. Jermall Charlo ended up fighting Korobov, and I was at that fight in New York. It was a Charlo doubleheader on Fox. So Willie Monroe, I'm not sure, outside of just good work, overall good work, you know, I'm not sure why Terence Crawford chose him specifically, because just in terms of if you're preparing for Errol Spence, I don't think Willie Monroe fights anything like Errol Spence. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but I don't know if he can definitely give you that look, because Willie Monroe is not the biggest puncher, and Errol Spence is an accumulation bigger puncher and just completely different style. So maybe he's just trying to get rounds in, or maybe Willie Monroe happened to be there. I don't really know the setup and the situation. That being said, I think it's amazing work just working with top talents, guys who have been at the level, been on big cards, an Olympian like Shakur Stevenson, and that's what you want to see from a fighter ahead of their biggest fight. Now, Terence Crawford, he's previously said he could retire. He's a Hall of Famer already. He doesn't need to fight Errol Spence. I disagree with that. I definitely think it would be a blemish for both guys, but particularly Terence Crawford, because I think his resume is lacking the significant names more so than Errol Spence. Errol Spence can say, I beat undefeated Mikey Garcia before 50,000 fans. I beat Danny Garcia coming off an accident, coming off a detached eye surgery. I beat a guy like Yordenis Ugas, who was on the best trajectory after beating Manny Pacquiao. I want to, it's up to my promoter, you know, he had just beaten Pacquiao. So I think it would hurt both guys for sure, but it would have hurt Terence Crawford more. So I'm just happy that we are getting the fight. Now, speaking of this rivalry, Spence versus Crawford, I read the actual quote from Shakur Stevenson and showed you in this video. I find it a bit weird that Bud Crawford, Team Bud Crawford, and pretty much anyone affiliated and associated with Bud Crawford seemingly has this attitude. It's almost like Terence Crawford has a chip on his shoulder, and they treat it like Bloods and Crips. What do I mean? I mean this whole business about, man, you weirdos, and you know, you picked a side, stay over there, stay on that side. I just find that a bit bizarre. I think it's fully healthy and reasonable for fight fans, like boxing fans, to pick a winner of a particular contest, or who they think will be the winner, right? Because we don't know until the actual date, July 29th, or whatever the selected fight date is. I think you can like two different fighters who are about to face each other all at once. Actually, it's not something I think I know, because there's been scenarios where I do like both fighters. Like even Mayweather Pacquiao. I picked Floyd Mayweather to win. I was obviously right in that pick, but I don't have anything against Manny Pacquiao. He's entertained me his whole career. So it wasn't a negative towards Pacquiao, like, oh, I hate Pacquiao and I can't wait to see, you know what I'm saying? I knew Floyd would win, and I was accurate with that. But you listen to Shakur, you listen to Terence Crawford, it's like this chip on the shoulder type of mentality, like, oh, you weirdos, stay on that side. And for me, I really feel like this indicates something that most people don't really talk about. And that's, I do believe, like, okay, I can even understand it for Shakur Stevenson because he's currently aligned with Top Rank. So it is still sides of the street for him because he's over there with Bob Arum and Jay Prince and everybody, and he's on that side of the street. But it's weird for Terence Crawford to also have this same energy now that he's a free agency, or now he entered free agency and just signed a 2-fight deal with PBC, or at least a 1-fight deal with a bilateral rematch clause. So in essence, you have to consider it earmarked for 2 fights, because even if Errol were to lose, he could still push the button and you would be contractually obligated to fight him. So I'm going to earmark it for 2 fights. But the way Terence Crawford and his team talks, it seems like they still view the PBC and Al Heyman as them, like them versus us, kind of a crab mentality. But I don't understand. Me personally, I don't understand it. And maybe it's not for me to understand. But I personally could never do business with somebody if I didn't trust them. Like, I didn't trust, not like trust them with certain things, but just trust that they would negotiate and do business on good faith. Like, basically, if they're out to get me. And that's kind of what I gather from Terence Crawford. His team, anytime you're talking about PBC, it sounds like them, those guys. Errol Spence is Al's guy. I mean, technically, you're Al's guy too for at least 2 fights. But based on what I'm seeing and reading and hearing, it doesn't feel like Terence Crawford views that. He almost has like a permanent, almost like a Top Rank mentality, like a gang mentality, where it's like, man, I'm a Crip. Even if I ain't really banging right now, it's still Crip. It's still rolling 60s on mine, cuz. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of the mentality. It's like, I started with Top Rank. That's where I made my coin and really blew my name up. So despite working with PBC, that's what I'm on. I'm on that. It's them, and you guys will see. Like, just listen. If you don't believe me, just listen to what Crawford and his team are saying and tell me if there seems like any bit of unity. Like, if you listen, it's like, oh, they want me to lose, and they, and he's Al's guy, and blah, blah, blah. Maybe I'm just different for this planet. I don't know. But I think it's like, here's an example. I'm the king of analogies. Let's say comic book movies. I don't find it a problem for you to say, I like Marvel Comics movies better. Like, I'm more of a Marvel fan. Doesn't mean you hate DC. It means you like what you like and you feel the Marvel films are more complete or better acting or better CGI, whatever the case is. Doesn't mean you're not going to watch The Flash. Doesn't mean you're going to watch The Batman. Doesn't mean you're going to boycott Superman. It just means you particularly like the Marvel movies better. So that's how I see it. I look at it as like, DC got some good Terence Crawford is DC, and I feel like Errol Spence is Marvel. And I think it's fully okay to like both of it. Like, you can like Marvel and DC and just have your pick. But in Crawford's crew, it seems like, hey, if you like Marvel, then stay the F away from me. If you like Marvel, you know, it's DC on mine. It's DC Comics for life. So stay over there. Like, I don't even understand this stay over there crab type of mentality when you're working with stay over where you're working with PBC just as well. And I think PBC is doing a great job. I think personally, this fight, you know, credit to Crawford as well, but Errol Spence, Crawford, the whole shebang, Showtime, All Access, this is the best promotion I've ever seen for a Crawford fight. So I don't understand this, why PBC and Al Heyman and Showtime and stuff is viewed as the antithesis of what you're doing. They're giving you better promotion than any fight you've ever had with Top Rank, in my opinion. Like, how many people watch All Access? How many people watch the Sean Porter Blood, Sweat, and Tears? Like, just, you guys let me know that in the comment section. Did you watch the All Access? Did you watch the Blood, Sweat, and Tears? Did you watch both? Let me know that in the comment section. I just find this like kind of herd mentality a bit weird, but nonetheless, it is what it is, to each his own. Let me know how I did in this video. Shakur said what he said. Crawford's been saying what he's saying. We'll see July 29th. Drop your thoughts in the comment section, and I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.